May 12th, Bertram's back.
You're welcome, ladies.
Here's a sneak preview of the new animated show from Adam Carolla and the Daily Wire.
Perhaps you think this is funny, but I'm not laughing.
That's because you lefties don't know what's funny. You call some lesbian talking about cancer a stand-up special, and you think NPR is LOL.
Subscribe now at dailywire.com and tell a friend before the premiere of Mr. Bertram on May 12th. Now back to the Adam Carolla Show.
It should be mentioned to everyone in the New York area, Mamaroneck, New York, at the Emlyn Theater, May 31st, Fitzdog is going to be hitting the stage and doing his great stand-up. And I've seen him do stand-up many times. Always brings it.
Thank you.
So if you're in that area, definitely go out on the 31st and check out Fitzdog. All right, do we have news?
I hate to bring up a sore subject, but Seinfeld is the most talked about person at the moment.
Oh, dissing
For
me.
what?
Oh, they're talking air-cooled Porsches from the 70s, and he put his foot in his mouth again, right?
Right. But also, he did an interview with the New Yorker. He's plugging his new Netflix movie, but he talked about why television comedy is going extinct. Mm-hmm. And here's the clip that everybody's sharing.
Nothing really affects comedy. People always need it. They need it so badly, and they don't get it. It used to be you would go home at the end of the day. Most people would go, oh, Cheers is on. Oh, MASH is on. Oh, Mary Tyler Moore is on. All in the Family's on. You just expected there'll be some funny stuff we can watch on TV tonight. Well, guess what? Where is it? This is the result of the extreme left and PC crap and people worrying so much about offending other people. Mm-hmm. When you write a script and it goes into 4 or 5 different hands, committees, groups, here's our thought about this joke, well, that's the end of your comedy. They move the gates, like in skiing. Yeah. Culture, the gates are moving. Your job is to be agile and clever enough that wherever they put the gates, I'm going to make the gate.
Yeah. He's not worried about offending people, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Told me to my face. Wasn't interested in my automobile.
Jesus.
He is, I have a simple rule. When people go, what is this guy's politics? Like, I never hear this guy. I hear Janine Garofalo. I know her politics, and I know everybody else's, I know everyone else's, but I don't know. If you don't hear anything from them, they're Republicans. That's usually how it works in this town, because you don't really get punished for being a Republican. Or sorry, you will get punished for being a Republican, but you won't really get punished for being a Democrat. So if there's any comedians or performers who you never hear them say anything, assume they're Republican. And I've always assumed Seinfeld was sort of a quiet Republican or conservative. He came up to me at Super Dave's funeral, and he just, this is part of the reason I mistakenly thought he was going to look at my 935, because 5 years earlier we're at Super Dave's funeral, and we weren't even sitting near each other. And after the thing ended, everyone sort of stood up. He kind of beelined it over to me, which he's done a couple of times. He's come up to me and he went, I was enjoying your stuff online or something like that. And I was like, what? I don't really know what he's talking about, but he's like, I like the rants or whatever it is. And it's obviously something right-leaning and insane. So if he's enjoying it online, then let me tell you what we should do with the blacks, if he's finding it online, then he's seeing it. He's seen me pop up on Fox or something. There's something. So I was like, oh, okay. And I never hear him talk politics, which those were sort of 1 and 2 for me. So I was like, oh, he's kind of conservative.
Interesting, because Larry David, who's his best friend, is very left.
Very left. Very, very
it's
left.
It's like you and Jimmy.
That's right. He's very left.
Yeah.
Right.
Was it open casket? Did he refuse to pay his respects?
To Super Dave?
Yeah.
He's right over there.
He's 80 feet away.
I see
What am I going to say?
Oh, what am I doing?
We should go.
Hail Mary!
We'll see him.
Oh, Oh, where's my rosary? Maybe I should rub my rosary. We get it.
Yeah.
We get it.
What, are you going to kneel down?
Oh,
He's got
great.
makeup on.
He stopped breathing. Now he's dead. La-di-da.
He can't hear us anymore.
Yeah, you know who else is dead? Everybody's come before us. Did I have to walk across the funeral house and pay my respect? What respect?
Yeah.
You're dead.
Oh,
Can
so
you
I'm
really
kneeling.
offend a
His
dead
family's
person?
looking at the back of my head. Water comes out of my eyes.
Salty water springs forth from my tear ducts. Now, and really, your respects. They're dead, all right? The time to respect them is when they're alive, okay? Oh, I get it.
He would have wanted the flowers over there. Really? You didn't care what he wanted when he was alive. Now you
That's right.
care.
Grieving daughter, grieving wife, beloved son and grandfather, blah, blah, blah. Yes, you can do anything in a sing-songy way and make it into something childish.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Raise the kids, right?
Yeah.
Don't be on the road 50 weeks a year and spend time with them.
Yeah. I want to hear him talk about my 935 again. I want to hear the sing-song.
Did you know that existed before? His rebuttal to you?
I think I heard part of it before. I think somebody found it or we played it or something.
It's just
Does
so
that sound
funny
right
to
you,
hear.
Chris? Or is that from something
I
else?
have heard that before, but I don't know if it was.
I just love
here.
hearing two accounts of the same exchange. And they're both saying the same thing, but from a different perspective.
point of view.
Yeah.
Right. He doesn't have. Does he have kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like
they're
3.
going to have eating disorders. Oh, great. You stuck elbow macaroni to a piece of craft paper, and now I have to put it on the fridge. La-di-da. Is that really all having kids is doing is feigning interest in shit
Yeah.
they
You
do?
put on a dress and you got flowers on your arm.
That's
and
right.
now you're going to a
the
dance.
prom. Okay, we get it. The Deb ball. La-di-da. All right, we'll play it for you. Where's a picture of my car at Rensport? I had to tweet. I probably tweeted out 10 pictures of it.
Yeah.
Byron said,
I
help you?
talked with Adam Carolla.
Oh, yeah.
Who wanted me to see his Paul Newman 935, but there was so many people around, and there was so much, interaction going on. It was kind of difficult for me to maneuver, and he kept pushing me. You've got to see my 935. I go, why? Why do I have to see it? What will happen in your mind that will be so great?
All right, stop it there for a second. Nothing will happen in my mind that is so great. It's not. There's nothing going to happen in my mind.
Yeah.
If you said, forget about cars. I collect Picassos exclusively. I have one of the biggest collection of Picassos in the world, and I go, oh. Good, because we're standing in a museum and my Picasso is up the hall 80 feet. Would you like to see it? I think that would be the sanest thing you'd ever say. As a matter of fact, the worst thing you could say is, you're not allowed to look at my 935, funny man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Because if all you do is collect Picassos,
Yeah.
and I own a Picasso...
Oh, so I'm gonna so there's gonna be oil paint, and the nose is this way, and the ear is that way.
That's right. All right, sorry, we can run it back 10 seconds.
35. I go, why? Why do I have to see
Why?
it? What will happen in your mind that will be so great? Will it be me going, wow, cool car? And then what? Then nothing.
The big winter boot. So you said, I'll just say it now.
The winter boot of reality.
You'll say, I'll say it now.
Yeah.
Nice car. It's a nice car.
Yeah, great. You're great.
But it is weird, isn't it? Kind of cool to meet another guy with a 935. Look, right over there. There's a 935.
I don't own that car anymore.
You don't?
No.
That car's been sold.
Sold.
That was the one out at
All
Goody.
right. Okay. But Spike did make a point, which is
Yeah,
there's
isn't
only
it cool?
a handful of human beings on the planet
Right.
who own a 935. There's only,
Yeah.
I don't know, there's 28 of them on the planet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, so your daughters are attached at the head. So I'm supposed to walk over there
It's not like I go, I just got a new pair of Crocs.
Yeah.
They're in my car.
Yeah.
Could we check them out? Like, it's not ubiquitous. It's a very rare
Also, the
car.
idea that he's seeking that you're seeking validation, like you're just trying to share an experience.
Dawson has some more Sniglets. Yeah, look at my Twitter. I think you'd find a picture of my car.
Furnidents.
Furnidents.
The divots left in carpet by furniture legs. Carjones. The inexplicable bravery you get when you're behind the wheel.
Wait, that's what Seinfeld had. Carjones saying he won't check out my car.
Cinemuck. The soft, sticky goo on movie theater floors from spilled soda and candies. Back spackle. Markings on the back of one's shirt from riding a fenderless bike. Cheetle. The orange residue left on your fingers when eating Cheetos.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. None of this stuff holds up.
It doesn't hold. I was just going to say, isn't it funny that at a certain time I thought these were really fantastic?
Well, you know what happens. You know what happens, I think? It's why the sequel is never as good.
Yeah.
Like, Jaws 2 had much more shark in it than Jaws 1, but we already saw Jaws.
Yeah.
There's an innovation to thinking of it that you don't realize you're impressed by. Like you go, oh, Sniglets. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's cool. He thought of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you go, oh, it was so brilliant. But you really go back and hear it and you go, it wasn't brilliant. It's just that he thought of it.
It's also comedy we're in this sort of like post-comedy world where it's so many people have done stand-up and sketch shows and viral videos, like late night shows. Every version of a joke has been told over and over again. And it's the point now where to get past the gatekeeper now with something that will actually make me, like the roast. I get it. You know, I get this three
You're out there, you're telling jokes, yeah, Frost, blah, blah, blah. Roseanne is so fat, yeah, blah, blah. We get it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
How's it going to change anyone's life?
I'm going to
now
fuck
what?
you with female actress's name.
That's right. I wouldn't fuck you with B. Arthur's dick.
Yeah,
Blah, blah,
right.
blah. Laugh, laugh, laugh. Go home and eat.
Yeah.
Fine. You can really extrapolate it to be born, live, love, and you die. Okay, I get it. Life. Understood.
Don't see any other women.
That's right. All right, where the hell were we?
So Taylor Swift's album dropped last week.
Taylor
It was
Swift.
like the number one most streamed album of all
Finally
time.
caught a break.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
good to see.
But in colleges now, they're offering Taylor Swift themed courses.
What?
So all
Good.
all the hard-earned money that these parents are shelling out for colleges, like University of Florida has classes, BYU, the University of Miami, and also the University of California, Berkeley. And CBS did a report.
What is there to study?
Taylor Swift.
yeah.
Aren't we all experts on Taylor Swift?
Well, it's not.
I feel like I know everyone she's ever dated. I know every lyric to every song. I know what a Swiftie is. I know there's the bracelets. Like, I feel like I have a PhD in Taylor Swift and I don't even want it.
Right. Yeah, I don't think we need a course in that.
It's not necessarily about her, but it's like about how she became such an icon in business and.
Okay.
And, yes.
All right. Let's
So
see this
yeah.
up.
Well, because that's what every kid wants now.
Yeah, they just-
Everybody wants to be a celebrity, and she's the ultimate celebrity.
She is.
So that's a course in college. You're going to go on it. They're all being told, follow your dream. You can be Taylor Swift. Everybody's got to follow their dream.
Yeah,
It's like,
I know.
no, they don't. What about, like, you know, a teacher? How about a construction worker? These are good. Like, the new thing is trades.
Yeah.
That union
Yeah.
jobs, you know, like, that's the new, like, medical degree.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my dream was for Seinfeld to see my 935. That was dashed at Rensport a year
Jesus,
ago.
we are going to have to hug
But
you after
we're going to
this
have to hug
show.
it out. I was driving on the freeway the other day, yesterday. I got pulled behind a 18-wheeler, and it was like $49 an hour, drive an 18-wheeler, get full benefits. And I was like, oh, my God,
Right.
where were all these people when I was fucking 19 and flailing around looking for a job at every liquor store? Oh, we got pictures of the 935 from Rensport now. Let's see. Let's see if we
So
can see it. So
suspenseful.
know, they're
suspenseful.
waiting, they're
You're going to be
waiting.
angrier even angrier at Jerry. I can guarantee you that. It lives in its own pavilion, is what I'm saying. They gave it a pedestal, and his car was 80 feet behind.
Wow.
goddamn
You can
car
almost
right
see
here.
it from the picture.
You can almost see it from there. Yeah.
It says Hawaiian Tropic. Did you have any Hawaiian Tropic girls there showcasing the car?
No, they went out.
Maybe that's why.
They went out in the 70s, but I should have had the girls. There's plenty of pictures of it at Le Mans with the bikini chicks around it.
Wow.
Because that's how they used to roll back then. It's like, all right, ladies, go out there and sit on the hood of Paul Newman's car. Yeah. No, Seinfeld couldn't make it. All right. Now.
And by the way, not that many people standing around.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I took pictures like in the morning or in the afternoon or whatever. The place was well attended, but the group that had gathered around us, around his 550, talking for 30 minutes, was the same group that would have been around us if we walked over to my car. They just sort of hang back while you talk. They watch you talk.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Why is there a log on the front grill?
Yeah, what is that?
That's a screen.
Oh.
It looks like it's a log, but it's a screen to take air in. All right, so you have a story, Chris.
Yeah,
with
so here's
Taylor
the,
Swift.
Here's the Taylor Swift. Here's one of the classes that they teach at Berkeley. So
Where did we find these pictures, by the way? How did we crack the code? Did you crack it, Byron?
I had to sacrifice a goat.
Had to sacrifice it.
goat, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no. How do you find him? How did? I'm curious what the process is.
Thank Emmy this time.
How did he find it?
He says Google.
he Googled.
Oh, he Googled.
Yeah, he went into Google.
And then he did
I found the pictures first.
935.
Is
Found the
Google-
pictures first, and then I did a Google image search with the actual image.
Is Google a sniglet of something?
It seems like it should be. I just don't understand the internet. Like, I can't understand why some stuff is so findable so fast, and other stuff's like, we tried every combination, we can't find
And then
it.
I'll ask my kids to find something I've been looking for 15 minutes, and with one hand and a thumb, they find it in 8 seconds.
Watching TV.
He might be being shadow banned.
Maybe Seinfeld's shadow banned me.
So here's Berkeley.
There's Berkeley. We're talking about Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
All the marketing strategies in the world will only work if you have a good product to market.
You might not expect a business school course to begin like this.
It's cool, that's what I tell them, no.
But at UC Berkeley, Taylor Swift is not just a tortured poet, she's a case study in how to build an empire.
Nothing about Taylor Swift is an accident.
Sophia Lendahl and Miad Bushala are student teachers of a course called Artistry and Entrepreneurship, Taylor's version.
It's just like everything from her music. Each era is kind of like its own brand.
Today's focus, Swift's literary devices and her song as the product.
I think that Taylor is so strategic in all the things that she does, and that's why I'm so interested in the course, kind of like unraveling how she's been able to be such a relevant figure for so long.
Berkeley is hardly alone. Universities nationwide are teaching the Swift effect in departments from English to political science to gender studies.
What do you think the proliferation of Taylor Swift courses at universities and colleges say about your generation?
People are becoming more and more interested in people who do bigger things in the world.
This is going to go
people
on for
who
You want to cut it? You got it?
Yeah, he messages the time code. So anyway,
See, now you're on my end of life.
Greg
Yeah,
has kids
she's
in
like-
college. You're going to have kids in college.
I know.
Is this
She
something-
would cut it off at the end. She'd go, all right, now that wraps it up for a Friday. Now let's get out there and beat some Jews. Come on, people. Let's go. What are we wasting our time for inside?
My son took a class in improvisational comedy. I paid for a class in improv, and I just look at him like, all right, here's an improv for you. You're at a job interview, and you got no fucking skills. Go. So you wing your way out of that one.
That'd be fun. Because they'll do that. They'll go, we need a location. All right, inside a commercial building.
Right. What's the genre?
Let's see. Genre is employment. Employment genre.
Okay. And who is the famous historical character who's talking?
You're talking to Andrew Carnegie, famous captain of industry. And go. Can I have a job? No. Why not? No. You have no skills. The only skill you have is this improv class, and there's no application to that, my oil company, or my railroad. So good day. And scene. Yep. All right. Sorry. What do we got? Taylor Swift. Well, this is good. There's, you know what the placeholder is for all the assholes that make fun of college? Underwater basket weaving. They go, oh, you're spending $50,000 over there. Your kid's in there being indoctrinated, taking this underwater basket weaving class. They always say that. And I was always like, I don't know, it's not that funny, or that doesn't really exist. Or where did underwater basket weaving as the waste of time class was something that all the uptight people said. I don't know why, but it just was. Now we can replace it with the Taylor Swift class, right? Which is more relevant and actually exists.
Yeah.
Underwater basket weaving first sounds like a skill, but also it doesn't exist. And it's one of those stupid things that just sort of caught on and became a sniglet.
Yeah.
People, every like uptight Republican over 50 is going, you wait, on those couches, was taking their underwater basket weaving class, throwing money out the window, not learning about history. I was always like, that's not clever, and I don't know who caught on. I don't know who brought it up first. Somebody had to coin underwater basket weaving, and then everyone else ran with it, but it was never any good.
Right.
It didn't work for what you're trying to get it to do.
I also always found that with the word sheep, that people would categorize a whole group of people for thinking the same by calling them sheep, but there was a whole group of people all using that same word to describe it.
Oh, ironic.
Yeah.
Ironic, yeah. Then the word sheeple came in during COVID, and they broke the mold. Where did Dawes, you got to look that up.
I remember that. I don't remember
it.
Yeah, but
somebody had to coin it. It's not the kind of thing that multiple people came up with at the same time.
Was it a real class? Were they really doing that?
I do not believe there was underwater basket weaving.
I took Morris dancing in college. I remember that class.
What kind?
Morris dancing, which is some old school. I thought it was an Irish jig.
Oh, really?
And we would do it through the streets of Boston. We
really?
Dance through
the streets. It's like Fame.
Wow. But it was basically a class where if you don't want to take a class, you take that class.
Mm-hmm.
Just Morris dancing.
Right.
You just
there's
not a class.
Light lifting classes, but how did underwater basket weaving become ubiquitous?
The phrase, in its pejorative sense, has been used since at least the mid-50s, according to a 1953 article in the Boston Globe. Any snap course in school is underwater basket weaving. In a letter to the editor of the Los Angeles Times, a correspondent bemoaned an alleged decline in academic standards. Majoring in underwater basket weaving. Basically, in weaving willow baskets, a trough of water is needed in which to soak the dried willow rods. So that's where it comes from.
I remember what these looked like.
So
you're not underwater. I'm picturing people underwater weaving baskets.
It just became the catch-all for wasting time in college.
Yes.
And it's been around since the 50s.
Yeah.
And I guess it's an actual, maybe not a class, but maybe an actual skill, like putting together rattan furniture or something like that. That's interesting. All right. Well, now we know.
The crazy thing is, you'd probably make a lot of money if you could do that. I mean, we got a rattan chair we need to get fixed right now, and the estimates are like $350.
You being gouged by Big Rattan?
There was a
fucking Big Rattan, the man, is coming in there, sees your celebrity, sees all those Emmys up on the mantle, and starts gouging.
They call it rat-teated.
Ratita, that's a
Ratita.
sniglet.
Yeah.
That is a sniglet.
There was a reference in a 1956 article to an Alaskan village where underwater basket weaving is the principal industry of the employables among 94 Eskimos who lived there.
So it's a real skill.
So maybe it's derogatory, though, in the sense that Eskimos did it.
Oh, it's offensive.
Yeah. I have to say Inuit now. But either way, it became the catch-all for wasting your time and money at college, and now we can do Taylor Swift class.
Yeah.
That's the catch-all for wasting your parents' money. All right.
Well, also, so Red Lobster is looking like it's going bankrupt. They're seeking a buyer right now. But
Red Schwarza.
It's not.
I never understood. I could never understand the Red Lobster. You guys ever eaten at a Red Lobster?
Maybe the worst restaurant I've ever been in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I liked it.
I ate there once with Jimmy just to research. We're writing a movie where somebody worked or ended up at a Red Lobster. They have a drink called the Lobster Rita, which sounds like the worst fucking drink ever. It sounds repugnant, right? Right? Yeah. So, but all I got. The thing about Red Lobster is it's insanely expensive for what it is. It's not like Chili's or any of these other chainy type places where, you get what you get, but you save a few bucks. You could go to any seafood place, any Italian seafood place, ma and pa on the corner, and save money over Red Lobster.
And get a way better lobster. They're like crawfish.
Right. So I was always like, I don't get the business model. You're super expensive. Black people loved Red Lobster. I'm sure the black community kept them going. But I was always like, who has this much money in this community that they can just throw it away on shitty seafood, and you can get a better version of this for cheaper, like down the street. And I always marveled at it, but yet year after year,
A lot of years they got
Lot of
away with
years.
it. The Outback Steakhouse has become the steakhouse version of Red Lobster. It used to actually be an okay steakhouse, and then they franchised, and it is garbage. I'm hurting their stock price right now, but
What about Legal
Rich
Seafood?
Hall's big over there,
Legal
though.
Seafood.
Legal Seafood was in Boston,
Yeah,
but was that a chain?
No.
I've never heard of it.
Oh, it wasn't
you
a
never
chain?
heard of it?
No.
I
Heard
thought
of
it was good, though.
Yeah,
it's
I've eaten
great.
there.
It was good.
It's a tourist trap, but it's good food.
Oh, I thought it was a chain
I
for
think
some
there's
reason.
more than one.
Okay.
But I don't know.
But they're
It's-
mostly on the East Coast.
I don't know, but all I know is I've eaten there, and
Yeah,
I
it
think
was-
there's more than one. I have a
Okay.
feeling I've seen it more than one place, or I just knew the name for
Well,
sure.
there's also Illegal Seafood, which is
That's
down
right.
in Chinatown.
That's right.
It's a guy.
And,
He's got a table. He keeps it underneath.
Yeah. Yeah, 50 Cent warned me that I didn't get busy over there. There's going to be an issue. Fitty. Legal Seafood has 26 locations along the eastern seaboard.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
So it is a chain.
Found that in 8 seconds.
It's better than
8
Red
seconds I
Lobster.
found that. 8 seconds it took.
Yeah.
All right, one
Speaking
more.
of rappers, so Kanye West appears to have confirmed reports that he is launching an adult entertainment studio.
Yes,
Oh.
saw it on TMZ.
Yeah, we sure did. It's you can check out his new venture is going to be called Yeezy Porn, and he's reported to be working with Stormy Daniels' ex-husband.
Oh.
Jeez.
And what is his offering going to be in the porn world that we can't currently find? You know what I mean? Like, what's the niche?
Yeah, it's tough to charge for porn these days.
Oh, but what is he going to do that we don't already have?
Oh,
I don't, I don't want to sound, pardon the pun, sacrilegious here, but I don't think we need any more porn. We're covered. We're good. We have 2 million hours of pornography.
yeah.
There isn't a form of porn that does not exist.
I don't know. Last year, I think it was early last year, I saw all of it.
You watched all 2 million hours of it?
Yeah. These balloons popped up on my screen,
And you never left.
and now I'm done.
So you've seen all the porn.
Saw all of it.
You need
Conquered
some
it
new
all.
porn.
Yeah.
I just feel like it started in the 60s, essentially. It's gone through to yesterday, and There's the bootleg stuff. There's the home stuff. There's every genre. I just don't feel like we need new porn. Unless you want to start bringing in names.
Yeah.
You get, Linda Carter or somebody from my childhood to start doing porn or something. She's a lovely woman, I'm sure. And that was just an example.
Or Cher, yeah.
Cheryl Teague, Cheryl Ladd, any of the Cheryls.
Well, they'll probably do AI porn eventually.
Oh, okay, you're right.
Oh no,
You're
they're
right.
already
They're
is.
already doing
there's
that,
anime.
where it's like for whatever you want
Right.
specifically, starring yourself.
Apparently, you can put on the AI goggles and watch porn. My friend tried it, and
You almost said their name.
you know them. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
And you're watching strippers on a pole, and you can look around the room, and you're in a strip club, and you see all different kinds of strippers, and then you can get a lap dance. And my friend says he was, masturbating, and then there was a whisper in his ear, "Don't come yet." The stripper came over, bent over, and
was his
whispered in his ear.
maid. His maid entered the room. It was Delia.
You're not come yet.
It's like multi-dimension porn.
Do not come yet. I'm not done wiping down the counters. Maestro, do not come.
I make a ham sandwich for you.
Do not come yet. Not like this.
Let me finish the Jack and Jill Panther. Perhaps I shouldn't have said Jack.
Oh,
So a virtual stripper leaned over and told him not to.
Did he listen or?
No, he said that pretty much ended things right there.
yeah.
That was just like, and then he had it on his computer. And
This was Rich Hall.
He's he called it a whisper cum. And then he had it on his computer, and then he's divorced. He's got 2 daughters that are like 17 and 15. So the 17-year-old opened up his computer to look for something,
perfect.
and the porn came up, and she like closed it, and he was like, "No, I spun it whatever
Right.
way." So later that day, the 15-year-old comes home and walks in and sees me, and she goes, "Hey, masturbator."
Jesus, good God.
Yeah.
Is there any part, when I was growing up, it was always like, oh, stepmom's looking through your stuff or whatever, caught you, in the shower or whatever. Like, there's no part of me that wants to catch anyone at any time, anywhere. Like, if I close my office door and I'm the one who left it last, I'll still knock twice before I even walk in. Like, I do not want to discover anything, find anything, catch anyone. I don't want any of that. I don't know why it's an impulse to catch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it seemed to exist when I was young. Like, I got caught. It's always like my mom was going through my stuff. She found a joint, like my mom was going through my stuff. So it was like going through your stuff,
I had a when I was about a freshman in high school, I had a bed that was this is how old I am. They had box springs, like metal box springs, and it squeaked. And so when I would masturbate, I would lay very, very still, and it really inhibited my passion because I didn't want to squeak because the TV room was right underneath my bedroom. My parents would be watching TV.
Squeak said he don't eat nothing that gets up and walks away. So maybe it was a eerie harbinger.
So I come home from school one day and I sit down on my bed and I was like, no squeaks. It was squeak free. And I look on my dresser and there's a bottle of 3-in-1 oil. My mother had oiled my bed.
Wow.
Because she had heard it?
She'd heard a lot of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
And not a word was spoken, right?
No, but she left it out.
She left it out.
Yeah.
Did it help?
Smoking
Did
gun.
it work?
Oh, I went crazy on myself after that.
He used the
My sex
3-in-1 like lube right into the palm of his right hand.
That's what I thought it was for. That's what she really meant.
Yeah, maybe if you lubed up, you wouldn't be jerking as hard on the bed.
That's
Dry humping yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone wants to catch everyone now. I'd have no interest or desire for any of that ever. It all feels weird and intimate, invasive. You know what I mean? So,
I've never even watched porn.
you've never watched
Never
porn?
watched it.
Impossible.
Ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I swear.
You've never seen it?
Never.
Why?
I just have no interest.
Interesting.
And I also feel like it's like I want a mind that doesn't have that in it.
You've come to the wrong place.
I'll be canceled for that.
What about like movies that have like a heavy
I've seen Last Tango in Paris.
Yeah.
Seen a lot of sexual scenes.
Seen a lot of sexual scenes.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can imagine what porn is, and I've seen documentaries about porn, so maybe that, but I've never sought it out.
You're the last one.
That's interesting.
I just have
It's
absolutely no
refreshing.
desire. Yeah, there's nothing in me that's like that. I'm missing out.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm missing anything.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. And I feel that way about like compound fractures, like this guy in the UFC got his shin. I'm like, I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Oh,
see
remember
I don't
Faces
like
of
that
Death?
any of that. I don't
didn't
want
watch
any of
that.
that in my head.
Right.
But porn, I thought it was a different category. But I get the concept of not wanting to have something in your head that
Yeah,
you don't
like
want.
you never want to imagine what that is like. Because I also think it takes away from the experience of.
Being intimate.
Yeah, I feel like it takes away.
So you've not seen Taboo Two?
What's that? I don't know what that is.
Not at all.
I don't know what that is.
Well,
What is it?
I need to hear the theme song to Taboo Two.
Is that a porn video?
It's the second in a 13-part series.
You've probably seen a lot of Taboo if you know all of the songs and can sing every lyric from He's Got It All.
Is it a musical porn?
I like to think that as a porn is multifaceted,
okay.
and the Hans Zimmer of porn. Oh, this is Get It On.
Is Erica about to see her first porn?
Oh my God, they're
I
gonna
can read
make
the
me
log
watch
line.
it.
You want to hear the IMDb
This actually
description?
looks pretty good.
Hold on, I'm going to sing.
Is this a 70s porn?
Yeah.
Is that Bob Saget?
I see 82.
Oh, this is, but the series probably started, in 80 maybe.
I think I'd like to see this one.
Feels so good. Feels so good.
I like that she's wearing socks. That's
Yeah.
kind of cute.
This is not a foot fetish film.
No, that's cute. More than brother and sister.
Oh, yeah. This is where we start.
Whoa. That looks like a young Tom Hanks.
I can hear, if you close your eyes, you can hear the cello just kind of poking through. Well, play.
I'm sure there's porn
You got to
cello
play He's
out
Got
there.
It All, because that's the real hit from Taboo Two. We had the guy who wrote the music on the
Colin,
show
yeah.
once. Yeah, brought his mom to the premiere. Oh, you can't show the movie. Erica's going to see. She can't see the porn.
Yeah.
You got to just play.
I'll watch a second of
You
it.
got to just play it. I'll sing along.
Oh, yes, he does. He knows how to please and entertain.
It's pretty.
Yeah, I saw it once or twice, maybe in high school.
He can do
Got it
more
memorized.
than you'd ever imagine, and do it with style. He does it with me.
Oh, yes,
This is a romantic
he does.
porn.
That's the lyric right there. Don't you thought that you knew him? Well, maybe you did, but you don't. You didn't think he fucked his sister, did you?
No. This is sweet.
What he wants you to see, and then does it all. And when he does, he satisfies me.
Whoa.
I used to put the kids to bed to this every night.
Just what he could do.
crazy thing
Beautiful.
is, you don't even watch this. You can just sing the song and jerk off.
That's right. That's right. Public transportation, wherever.
Yeah.
As long as I have this
Did
song.
this come
in my
out
head.
in like the 70s or the 80s? Or?
This came out in the
70s.
very early
70s?
80s. Very early 80s. And one of my friend's dad had the VHS tape of it. And then I never saw it after seeing it way back then at my friend's dad's house. And then at some point, and your old porn is like a lost loved one. You know what I mean? Like you realize. And so since like 1982 is the last time I saw Taboo Two, you know? And it wasn't anywhere, and there was no internet. There's no way to find it. And then in like we have to ask Gio about this, but like in 1997, maybe 1908, John, the drummer from System of a Down, called me. I was at Loveline, called into Loveline, and he said, I got Taboo Two. And I was like, you got a tape of it? And he goes, yeah, I got one for you. And I left the show early. I said, Drew, take over. You mop up. We got about 10 minutes worth of show.
Don't come here.
And I got up. And I left. And I went to his house in Van Nuys. And he greeted me at the step at like 12:30 at night. He just handed me my Taboo Two.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Or was it Sex Boat? I know. It was Taboo Two.
It was Taboo Two.
And that was John of System of a Down. I mean, Gio would tell us, but I mean, I literally got up and left. I left my radio show.
Yeah, it's a very intense relationship
It's
that you
very
have
intense, very
at a
important.
young age. It's powerful.
It's a powerful bond a man has with his friend's dad's porn. You know what I mean? It's an unbreakable bond that I have with Stan's porn. Because my dad was too cheap and too poor to have a VHS player or porn.
Yeah.
I had to go outsource.
Well, we didn't even see porn when I was a kid, but there was my dad's friend Ron Fischetti had what was before the VHS? The Betamax.
Beta.
He had Betamax, and he had Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and it had the scene with Jennifer Jason Leigh losing her virginity in a dugout, and it was Tom Petty singing "She Must Have Been Somebody's Baby."
Right.
And to this day, that song, I can get into car accidents if it comes on the radio when I'm driving. I get so
I think that's
distracted.
Joe Jackson, right?
No, it's Tom Petty.
Oh, no, it's Jackson Brown.
Sorry, Jackson Brown. Jackson
I
Brown.
like Jackson Brown.
Sorry, Dawson's half
Sorry,
right.
Jackson Brown, yeah.
Jackson Brown. Somebody's only night gonna shine tonight. Yeah.
She's gonna be
And
somebody.
the cool guy,
the 3-to-1 oil
driving a 280ZX.
He's the assistant to the assistant manager of the
That's right.
electronics store.
All right, Salt Lake City Wise Guys. This Friday and Saturday, I'll be doing 4 shows over there, so you can come on out and say hi. Fitz Dog is going to be in New York at the Emlyn Theater May 31st. Go to GregFitzsimmons.com for all of his live dates and what he's up to. Erica Rhodes, you can find all her dates coming up as well. Solana Beach right around the corner. That's at the Belly Up. Beautiful club there. Beautiful venue there. You can find that at EricaRhodesComedy.com as well. No
you.
porn.
No. Porn
Insane.
free.
I came across porn looking for Seinfeld's car. Like I don't know how
That's
you
right.
dodge that.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't Google it, it doesn't come up.
Well, if you write long tail, a lot of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff's going to pop up. All right, so until next time, Adam Crow for Fitz Dog and Erica Rhodes and Chris Laxamana saying mahalo.